State lawmakers flood Olympia with bills over water marketing transfers after Seattle Times report. When it comes to the complex future of Washington's water code, state lawmakers have a plan. It's bipartisan. It's bicameral. And well, perhaps it's best described as a plan, for a plan. Republicans and Democrats in the legislature said they've agreed to convene a group to examine aspects of the state's water code. Lawmakers hope the group could help develop a comprehensive policy on water marketing and transfers for further debate next year. After the Seattle Times published a story on a Wall Street-backed firm's aggressive efforts to acquire water rights throughout the state, lawmakers in both parties pitched more than a half-dozen bills this January to overhaul or tweak the water code in attempts to address what some viewed as a threat to Washingtonians. "We now have the rest of the world that can buy our water rights and strangle us," said Senator Christine Rolfes, D. Bainbridge Island, during a January committee meeting of the Senate Agriculture, Water, Natural Resources, and Parks Committee. "This external threat should be something that unifies us, so we can figure out how to protect the public's water." After wading into arcane water policy, there is one thing lawmakers seem to agree on: adjusting water policy is so complex and potentially fraught that their ideas need another session of consideration. "Having a compressed session and trying to deal with water just doesn't work," said Senator Judy Warnick, Moses Lake. "It's complicated. You can't do it in a hurry and you can't do it in a vacuum." Said Senator Jesse Salomon, D. Shoreline, "There are legitimate concerns about unintended consequences. Each time you turn a dial, it has 3 or 4 different effects." Lawmakers said forming a working group of stakeholders who regularly deal with water policy will produce more complete legislation that avoids unintended consequences. The Seattle Times last October profiled the Crown Columbia Water Resources Company, which acquired millions of dollars in water rights with hopes of creating a water market spanning the Columbia River and much of eastern Washington. A company lawyer, Mark Peterson, last year told the Seattle Times he envisioned the Crown Columbia Company offering a more free and economically efficient market for water. But some Methow Valley residents opposed Crown Columbia's efforts to buy a water right in their region, raising concerns that water sold away from smaller, upstream communities could be removed forever due to agricultural economics and tenets of the water code that make it hard to transfer water upstream. Others said they feared business models like Crown Columbia's could lead to speculation or consolidation of water, a public resource that is treated like a private property right. Crown Columbia Water Resources uses the For more on this story, visit the news article link.